Netflix is the world's top streaming service, and the company personally changed the entertainment industry as we know it. Only time will tell if it was for the better or for the worse. And now that the company is a giant in Hollywood, producing Academy-nominated films, tons of actors are hoping to get a spot on their roster. But not all of them will, as Netflix has banned tons of celebrities from its platform over the years. That's why today I'm listing the top 10 celebrities banned by Netflix. I'm Mackenzie, you're watching Beyond the Screen, and before we get into it, we have a brand new gaming channel launching January 22nd. Viper Girl will be streaming everywhere from Minecraft to FNAF to Cyberpunk and more. Check out this promo and then go subscribe.
Oh my gosh, I almost died. I thought you were a cactus, my friend. I thought you were a cactus. We've got iron, baby. Yes. Okay, my main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. Bro, no, I'm gonna fight you with a pork chop. No, come here. This is awesome.
And at number 10, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf was quietly cut by Netflix after his ex-girlfriend FK Twigs made allegations against him that he was harmful to her both mentally and physically during their relationship. This all took place right as LaBeouf's film with Netflix, Pieces of a Woman, was set to be released on January 7th. But Netflix is taking a firm stance of support for FK Twigs and the other women who've spoken out by distancing themselves from Shia and removing his name from their awards consideration campaign. LaBeouf is due to appear alongside Vanessa Kirby in Pieces of a Woman, with the pair playing a couple who lose their first child in a home birth. The film focuses on Kirby's Martha as she grieves and tries to repair her relationship with LaBeouf's Sean and her mother. The movie so far is getting tons of award season hype, already coming out strong at the Venice Film Festival, where the lead actress scored a Best Actress award, and the film was up for Movie of the Year. And this means that Netflix knows they need to publicly cut the actor, but they want the film to do well at festivals. So for now, they're just gonna cut him from the awards nominations, and we're assuming after this they won't work with him again. And also make sure to like if you're liking the video so far. And at number 9, Steven Spielberg. The legendary director has made his firm stance against Netflix very clear, and he's outspoken that the streaming platform is ruining the movie industry. Spielberg has been outspoken about his desire to keep Netflix from taking home the big trophies at award shows. After the Oscars, he came out saying that Netflix productions aren't actual movies, and because of this, they shouldn't be considered in major categories. And he's doing whatever he can to make this the case, as he's working with the Academy to ensure all films nominated for future awards have had theatrical runs, making it impossible for the streaming service to win. However, now that Warner Bros. Has made the shocking move to have all their movies released exclusively on streaming services in the new year, this rule definitely will not be put into place. And at number 8, Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is another director firmly against Netflix and streaming services in general. According to GQ, Nolan questions the streaming-only model for failing to try and enter the theatrical area. Nolan believes that the concept of streaming movies takes away from the experience and theatrics of it all, adding that a movie will never feel as lifelike or look as good on a laptop screen, and I guess he does have a point there. For his latest film, Tenet, it will obviously not be on streaming services, only pay-per-view. The film was one of the only major releases during the coronavirus, and it might have been a mistake, as the film vastly underperformed and only brought in $29.5 million in its first 2 weeks, although it performed much better overseas. So it seems like he might be forced to change his tune about streaming services soon. And at number 7, Kevin Spacey. Back in 2017, in light of allegations against Spacey, Netflix acted quickly to cut ties with the star, which included booting him off of the Netflix original House of Cards, which was one of the service's most successful shows at the time. A statement on the matter read, quote, "Netflix will not be involved in any further production of House of Cards that includes Kevin Spacey. We will continue to work with MRC during this hiatus time to evaluate our path forward as it relates to the show," MRC referring to the production company. The spokesperson also said that Netflix will not be moving forward with the release of the film Gore, which starred and was produced by Spacey and which was in post-production. And honestly, it was nice to see a big company doing the right thing for once. And obviously, they will never work with him again, but sadly, they did keep his old material on the platform for some reason. Not sure why their stance was like only halfway on that one. And at number 6, Avatar: The Last Airbender creators. The Avatar series gained a second life when it started streaming on Netflix, but the relationship turned sour quickly, with the co-creators of the popular cartoon series cutting ties with Netflix. Producers of the original show announced their departure online, with DiMartino writing in his statement, quote, "Many of you have been asking me for updates about the Avatar live-action Netflix series. I can finally tell you that I'm no longer involved with the project. In June of this year, after 2 years of developmental work, Brian Konzenko and I made the difficult decision to leave the production," adding that the reason they left was because they were not given the creative freedom they needed to guide the show that they saw fit, adding, quote, though Netflix promised to support their vision, there was a no follow through on that promise. Netflix later made a statement that they were going forward with the show without the men. Halfway number 5, Marvel. Netflix axed Marvel's The Punisher and Jessica Jones after announcing they had already scrapped other Marvel projects that were in development with the streaming service. All the cancellations mark the end of Marvel's partnership with Netflix. However, that was the plan all along, as the public would later learn that Disney would be starting its own streaming service with Marvel projects on its roster, called Disney+. In a statement on the matter, Netflix said, quote, "We are grateful to Marvel for 5 years of our fruitful partnership and thank the passionate fans who have followed these series from the beginning." Marvel's TV head Jeff Lubb also made a statement, quote, "Our network partner may have decided they no longer want to continue telling the tales of these great characters, but you know Marvel better than that. As Matthew Murdock's dad once said, the measure of a man is not how he gets knocked to the mat, it's how he gets back up." To be continued. And it's strange in that statement he made it seem like Netflix's decision, when we know they wanted their products off of Netflix to put on Disney+. And of course, after Disney Plus's launch, all Disney products were taken off the platform and will never be returning. In at number 4, Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is another actor who saw backlash from Netflix after accusations of inappropriate conduct came out against him. This came in the form of the streaming service halting the production of his second stand-up special with them. A Netflix spokesperson said, quote, "The allegations made by several women in the New York Times about Louis C.K.'s behavior are disturbing. Louis' unprofessional and inappropriate behavior with female colleagues has led us to decide not to produce a second stand-up special, as had been planned." The streaming service still has his old comedy specials up for some reason, but they definitely will not be working with him ever again. In at number 3, the Weinstein Company. Netflix decided to cut ties with the Weinstein Company after allegations against Harvey Weinstein came to light. The decision was made in court, where Netflix won approval from a US bankruptcy court to end its deal with the Weinstein Company. Before that, Netflix was in a long-term contract with the Weinstein Company that would bring its new movies onto Netflix. But not everything was taken off. According to Deadline, Netflix decided to keep Spy Kids series as part of the negotiations, as well as the hit show Peaky Blinders after they withheld payment of licensing fees, according to the report. This is licensing from the Weinstein Company to the company's new owners, Lantern Entertainment. And at number 2, Johnny Depp. This one is extremely unfortunate, but Netflix very recently removed all films starring Johnny Depp from their catalog. However, there was no statement made about the removal, probably because they know there will be backlash from Johnny Depp fans. But fans noticed when they were no longer finding movies from him on the platform. It's assumed that the removal took place after Depp lost his high-profile libel case in the UK last month, with the loss for Johnny allowing news publications to call him a wife beater. Of course, related to allegations from his ex-wife Amber Heard. But Johnny Depp fans are not happy and are considering boycotting the service to show their support for the actor. One fan wrote online, quote, "Netflix has movies by Mel Gibson, Sean Penn, Amber Heard, and Kevin Spacey on there. They have some nerve removing Johnny Depp's stuff." Which is absolutely true. I really could not have said that comment better myself. And finally at number 1, the royal family. If you've seen The Crown, then you know why the royal family absolutely hates Netflix. Usually the royal family is pretty quiet about these types of things, but the 4th season, which focuses on Diana, has caused such a stir that the family has commented. The Daily Mail wrote, quote, "Friends of Prince Charles launched a blistering attack on The Crown last night, accusing producers of the hit Netflix drama of trolling on a Hollywood budget and presenting fiction as facts." Apparently those with ties to the royal family think that Netflix is exploiting the family for monetary gain, as well as presenting a twisted version of events. As a way to fight back, the family urged Netflix to add a warning before the show that stated that the show is a work of fiction. However, Netflix did not do this and claims that audiences know it's loosely based on a true story. But I get why the family is mad, because I mean, the show makes them look really bad. Alright everyone, that's all for the list. Let me know your thoughts below. Also, do you think Netflix is good or bad for the movie industry? Honestly, I'm not too sure of my opinion as of now. But before I go, I'm going to shout out a comment from my video on people that won't be hired in 2021. Karen Rose says, "I miss the days when we could do things without people getting their panties in a twist." Honestly, same. I mean, even though we cover stories that are kind of PC, it's, you know, sometimes like, how is this a story? It's crazy these days. Then Linda J. Moore said, "Put Johnny Depp back to work. He's a great actor." Couldn't agree more. Then Sickness says, "Charlie Sheen is winning." I don't know if he is now. But yeah, I completely forgot that whole like stage of the internet, and I was really happy to be reminded of it when I was researching for that video. Alright guys, that is all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you made it all the way here, if you liked the video and you want to see some more, make sure to like and sub to the channel below. I'm your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I'll see you in the next one.